Just got back from like a, I don't know, 4-hour drive, and I went to plug the Lightning in to charge. Okay, we're good. Okay, perfect, because when I first plugged it in, this was actually flashing like red. It was just bleeping red. So I wonder if it has to be off for like a minute or two before you actually plug it in. But as you can see now, it's plugged in and it's charging. This is just into like a 240 plug, like a stove plug. So they say about 20 hours from empty to full, or I keep talking as if it's a gas tank.
Nope.
It's not a gas tank. They don't have gas tanks.
Nope.
The whole point of it is to be electric with no gas and no gas tank for the gas. From dead to full power. Not empty to full. From dead to charged, 20 hours on this plug. I believe this is a 30 amp draw for this plug, or 33 amp draw or something like that. And so far it works pretty good. The Charge Station Pro just actually showed up yesterday. So that is like a whole fiasco to get sorted out, because that takes like an 80 or 90 amp draw. So in order to get that set up, I only have 100 amps coming to my garage, this whole building, which is all I needed. And we have a 200 amp service to the house, 100 comes to the garage, which is used for like, you know, lights, the welder, the stereo, the TV, the mini split, all the outlets, all that stuff. It takes power off the panel, right? So the house also has a stove, the washer, dryer, anything in the house that's electrical, it's in that panel. So you got 100 out here, 100 over there, and you know, you might have like 40 to 60 amps, 80 amps available, not 90, not 100. That's for sure. So they're saying that we have to run a separate service to the garage, or a 400 amp service to the house in order to take the cable from the house and run it to a post for the charger, or run it outside for the charger if we mount it to the house, or if we mount the charger on the garage, which we probably will, because we've all seen those videos or pictures of EVs that have had things burned down. I don't know what it's from. I don't know the cause of it, if it's related to the EV, the wiring job, whatever it is, I'm not sure. But we don't want that to happen to our house, because our family is most important to us, right? Hopefully we're gonna get another service run to the garage to set up the Charge Station Pro. However, I feel like it's not really a rush. If this thing is gonna charge from like half of a charge to full in 10 hours, which is overnight, that's not bad. That's 250 kilometers of driving, which we rarely do that in one day. And you know, it just takes some planning. We also do have a gas vehicle that we can drive. So overall, it's not a huge thing. I still think it really serves its purpose. This trip I just did today would have cost me easily $120 to $130 in gas, and it didn't cost me anything. So I think stuff like that, when you look at it per trip kind of thing, if you have those trips to do, yeah, you got to plan for it, but you do save a lot by using an electric vehicle as well. So something to think about. Just thought I'd jump on here, let you guys know we made it back. We got 75 kilometers of range left, and I learned that drive 100, 110 around there kilometers, that's kind of the sweet spot, it seems. It will give you the max amount of range, and it will be pretty much exactly where Ford said it would be. So very important to kind of follow that. If you're driving faster than that, which I never would, nobody ever would go faster than the speed limit, the range does come down quite a bit. So something to think about, and you kind of have to be conscious of as you're going on these long trips, because I had a bit of a range anxiety moment where I got to my destination. It was 180 kilometers from home, and it said I had 180 kilometers to come back, and I only had 230 kilometers of range left. And when I left here, I had 490 something kilometers of range. So my driving changed quite a bit on the way back, and the range gap between my destination and what I had left actually went up by about 50 kilometers over that 180 kilometer drive. So it definitely does calculate based on your driving, and it will assume that you continue to drive as you've been driving. So it will shrink the range if you're driving like hard on the throttle, and it will up the range or show you your extended or actual range if you're lighter on the throttle. So something to think about. pretty cool overall. Super, super happy with the Lightning so far. This is such a good truck, such good bang for your buck. And especially when you factor in your monthly cost of operating versus having a gas pickup truck and having to fill it with gas. It's this thing overall, Ford just nailed it. It is a huge win. And if you're thinking about an EV, think about one of these. This is, you know, if it were a car, I don't think I'd be as impressed by it. But since it's a full-size truck and you can do full-size truck things, like pick up a set of wheels or whatever, how can you go wrong with something like this? Now, I do realize EVs have their place. They're not for everyone. However, for our family and our lifestyle, our day-to-day needs, this thing will do us just fine. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments section below. If you want to see more Lightning content, please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot to come on this thing that you will not want to miss. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.